does it always rain like this?
No.
Or is it just Theron that brought the rain with us?
No, you're the one that keeps on
It's
getting
crazy.
wet, so.
Yeah.
We're
His-
really thankful that you guys
Yeah.
brought the rain with you.
Yeah.
Well, have you heard what's going on in Orville with the dam breaking and people are being scattered and it's horrible. His kids live in Orville and are running right now. They thought their home was safe and it's not, so
They thought they
they're moving.
They evacuated, then they came back yesterday. Then today, they looked at the map and said, hey, that's not, if that whole thing goes, then you guys are in a bad place.
Wow.
That just happened about 50 minutes ago.
Wow.
Which we also blame on Theron as well. Because he went up there a week ago just before all this happened, and so he's the rain man.
Before we do
So-
this, tell me how to move one field.
Oh, that would be
Just-
a good thing.
Just,
Just hit forward or backwards. And then when it comes to video, I'll just
got
play on it. Okay? Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Brent, and this is Theron. We're actually both pastors at a church in Bakersfield, California. You guys ever heard of Bakersfield?
Yes.
You've heard of Bakersfield?
My uncle was a pastor in Bakersfield.
Really? Who's your uncle?
Kent Peterson.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Kent hired me.
Oh.
I went to Africa with Kent. In fact, we have some great stories on safari where we had way too much fun throwing sticks at alligators when the guide wasn't
Now
looking.
the real story.
But don't tell anybody, if when you talk to him or see him, please tell him that I said
He's gonna
hello.
be here next week.
Is he
so-
really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, Nazarene World is small, and the nickname for Bakersfield is they call it Oklahoma West, and it's because there was a lot of people from Oklahoma that have moved out there.
One of the samples of
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Very- It's small. It's smaller. You know anybody from Bakersfield? You want to know something from Bakersfield? I'm Brent. How you doing? Okay. But we're here from the Bakersfield Teacher Recruitment, and what we're here is we've been doing this for a long time. It started out a long time ago, but really what we want to do is we want to bring students from here in Oklahoma out to California. Why don't you go to the first slide for me? Olive Knolls Church, about 1967, the senior pastor, Burt Rhodes, had a vision. There was a huge need for teachers in Bakersfield. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of teachers were needing to be hired. We didn't have them, but he had connections here at the different Nazarene universities. So he got this idea, I'll go to these universities, see if we can't get students from these Nazarene universities to come out and live in Bakersfield. That took hold and completely has transformed the face of the educational landscape in Bakersfield. Not only does it change just some teachers here and there, we've had over 170 people come out, and from that, the influence has been felt throughout Bakersfield. My wife is actually a teacher in the educational system, and as they find out Nazarene, they go, oh, and all of a sudden your name gets elevated. Oh, you're one of those. You guys have, and they're everywhere. There are graduates from SNU, from Mid-America, from Napa to Point Loma, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're in positions.
That is because of that, Point Loma has started an extension in Bakersfield.
Yes, we actually have a Point Loma extension in Bakersfield. My wife actually teaches at it. Shirley's involved with it as well. His wife is involved with it as well, and they're everywhere. We're everywhere. And so it's kind of fun. Now, if you look at Bakersfield, like, okay, so where's Bakersfield? If you don't know where Bakersfield is, Bakersfield's right here in kind of the Central Valley. There's a valley right here. There's a mountain range, the Sierra Nevadas that come through here. And we're just kind of tucked in this valley. Now, I grew up in L.A. Now, everybody's heard of L.A. Everybody knows about where that is. But if you go from Bakersfield, we're only just about a couple hours from Malibu Beach or Pismo Beach. So if you want to go to the beach, you can just hop on over and go spend the day at the beach, come back. If you're like, I would really like to see some snow, whatever like that. You can go in the local mountains if it's snowing low enough, and you can get there in about an hour. Or you can go Big Bear and go skiing and that.
Or Mammoth, about 4
Or
hours.
Mammoth, which is up in this area, which has great skiing. Yosemite, if you like that. Monterey Bay, go see the aquarium. San Francisco's 4.5 hours. San Jose, that we were talking about, is right down here, just below San Francisco. As well as you can easily get into Los Angeles in a couple hours, and you've got everything entertainment-wise you can imagine, from concerts to theater, tech. Everybody comes through Los Angeles, so a lot of great stuff. And then there's Disneyland, you heard of that, and then of course San Diego, everybody's heard of that. That's only 4 hours away, so within a quick day trip, you can run into the city and go see stuff, and then come on back. Now, Bakersfield, if you look at the makeup of what Bakersfield is, we're about 61% Caucasian. 27% Hispanic and Latino, 88% African American and about 4% Asian. And it's kind of everywhere. And so there's just a great mixture of cultures all over the place. And so it's just a lot of fun to do. Now, we've actually got a little video here I wanted to show you here. And I wish I could do this. If you go to, work with me here. Did you bring my computer? No, there it is. Okay, here we go. Now, I would love to tell you that we went out and we totally made this video and we made it work and it was fantastic, but we actually borrowed, ooh, it does have sound.
Unplug that first gray cord.
This one?
Yep, and plug it in.
Okay.
Yep, that should.
Perfect.
should be sound.
But we got this from a real estate agent in Bakersfield. Much better picture than their official one. But here, this is just a little view of what Bakersfield's all about.
I might not have sound. I'll turn that over.
As you can see, there's lots of agriculture. There's trees, dates, nuts, all sorts of things all over the place.
I don't know what's
That's
wrong with the sound, sorry, I
That's good.
stopped you.
No worries.
Not bad.
It's okay.
You may have to narrate it, I don't know what's going on.
I can
with
totally
sound.
narrate it. I'm not singing though. I'll scare you guys off real quick. Anyhow, as you can see, actually I-5, the corridor that runs from Northern California to Southern California goes right by us, as well as Highway 99. We're right in between, so it's easy access to get up and down. Tons of great activities for family. It's a very family-based place. Great golf courses, actually, if you like to golf. I actually coached golf. That's me right there. That's about a 400-yard drive. Turning pro next week. Great old downtown district that they've totally started revamping. Lots of people come in from Los Angeles to perform there. If you like hiking and rock climbing or any of that stuff, there's all that is available.
Fishing.
You can also see we have lots of entertainment that comes in. This is the Bright House Amphitheater. This is also one of the country clubs.
I hear something.
There's some.
I hear some.
Oh, it's up there.
This is a little boardwalk. Great housing all throughout. You can find something at any price range, whether it be apartments or that. I've actually golfed there with Kent. We golfed there and had the worst round of my golf life there. But like I said, tons of agriculture. You can see it. As soon as you leave Bakersfield, it's just trees everywhere. Kern River that runs right through the middle of everything right now with all the rain that Theron brought. We're getting pummeled, so it's good stuff.
We need it bad.
We've needed it
Except
very
for
bad.
floods.
Cal State Bakersfield, we have several universities that are there. We have Bakersfield University, Cal State, University of Bakersfield. We also have some extensions, like Point Loma has their extension, Laverne has an extension, Fresno Pacific has an extension. Lots of great places to go biking and jogging, and the weather's usually really fairly nice. In the summer, it gets hot,
You don't have the humidity.
and there's, yeah,
It's that dry heat. But it's pretty nice to go swimming at night about 10 o'clock. You just go out there and get water and you're comfortable, you know. There's not a lot of mosquitoes and stuff.
yeah, no.
You know, that's not.
It's at the downtown area. Well, I actually just went and saw a comedian at the Fox Theater that's down there.
You have
That one right there, Brian Regan. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he was pretty good.
you got the Condors are there, professional hockey.
Mhm. So anyhow, so this is California. This is Bakersfield. Like I said, it's very well situated where it's easy to get to stuff. If you like sports, you can get to go see the Lakers play or the Clippers play. You can see Dodgers, Angels, Kings hockey, USC, UCLA football, basketball. Everything is all right there. And then most people, as they think about California, they go, "Oh, I can't afford to live there. It is crazy expensive." And you know what? If you go up here, or Silicon Valley, or you drop down, LA, Orange County, San Diego, yeah, no, it's really tough to live there. But one of the great things about Bakersfield, which is totally attracting young families and young people to it, is the housing is very affordable. We're actually talking to our realtor there and our friends here, and the housing is about the same price, within the $100 apartment, housing.
850 to 1100.
And so it's all
Nice places.
right in there for what you want. And we have realtors in our church that can help you find those apartments and housing as well. If you look at the salaries, this is the thing that kind of gets it a little bit. We check this out here, and Bethany In the first 10 percentile, it's 28,000. Bakersfield, you walk in at 37,000. Bethany, your average salary is about 44. Bakersfield, 61,000. We actually have a pastor. He's actually a district superintendent here on the Southwest District. His daughter is a teacher out in the Bakersfield area. She has wanted to move back here, but she would take about a $30,000 a year hit, because not only do you get this differential in salaries, they also put in a package for your health care. And so the insurance packages they put together, that's about another $18,000 worth that they make in there. And you can actually go check that out at teachersalaryinfo.com and compare and contrast different salary schedules. Currently, which is great, you got this, you'd think it'd be difficult, but actually there's over 300 plus jobs right now that are available. We have some districts that have 100, 150 right in our Bakersfield area. They're wanting to hire people now. Bakersfield is expanding. When I was growing up as a little kid, we used to make fun of Bakersfield because it was a tiny little place you drove through on the way to somewhere else. Yeah, we called it the armpit of California. Now that's Fresno or Stockton. You drive through, it was nothing. Well, now it's expanded. There's about 600,000 people in this area. So you come over the hill from LA and boom, there's the lights, and it's just continued to grow and develop. And so there's all sorts of new schools, new jobs, everything's opening up. And because it's so affordable, they're wanting to hire now. And not only are they wanting to hire now, a lot of these places are saying, you don't have your credential, that's okay. You just come here, you get your degree, we'll help you get your credential, and we'll give you an emergency credential so you can start teaching for us right away. That's how desperate they are for teachers. So, and the great thing with that is there's great access to continuing education opportunities. We talked about the Point Loma extension that is right there. My wife is a part of that. His wife's a part of that, and they will help you continue if you want to do that. There's also Cal State.
Like right now, there's doing the field experience stuff with kids. I think the last 20 kids that she's been monitoring are kids who don't have their degree even. They're teaching, but she's assisting them walking with them. So there's a lot of people right now in that kind of situation.
And they coach and teach you how to take the test necessary to transfer over into California, as well as the education community. How it kind of works in Bakersfield is a little bit different than some places. I don't know what it's like exactly here, but I do know that they've got about 25 plus K through 8 schools that are all in these different little districts that are around there. Sorry, 25 plus K through 8 school districts that are in there. And then you have a high school district. And the high school district has all of the high schools in there. There's 12 public, 2 private that are part of one big high school district. And so these school districts all feed into these current school districts. And like I said, we got the 12 public, 2 private. And what we would like to do is we really want to be able to help you have a chance to come out and just take a look at it and see if it's something that'd be interested to you. One, it is when it's trying to find a job, it's not always just what you know, it's who you know. Connections go a long way, and we want to be your connection. Like I told you, they love the Nazarene name. They know what we've done, and we have a great reputation. And so when you come in and they hear that you're a part of that Nazarene program, they take your what's it called? Application. Thank you. And they bump it up to the top, and they want to see you right away. So we want to be that connection that you have. Also, finances, we want to help you come out. We know it takes a little bit of money to get out to California. We want to actually give you about a $150 stipend to be able to come out, to travel out, and to check out this and maybe do some interviews while you're out there. At the same time, we will set up the interviews for you. If you say that you're interested and you want to come out, we'll set that up with you, and then we'll start lining up interviews for the places that you say that you'd like to interview at. And then also we'll house you. We'll pick you up from the airport, or we'll house you in our houses and feed you, take care of you, make sure that you don't have to worry about spending a dime you're out there. We might even run in and check out the Hollywood sign or whatever, and so you can see some of LA. But housing is right there. We'll take care of that. And then, like I said, transportation, we'll make sure you get everywhere you need to be. So you don't have to worry about it. If you fly, you don't have to worry about renting a car. You don't have to worry about any of that. We will take care of you during that time there, because we really want you to understand and really feel like you're at home. And that's what, I've only been in Bakersfield about 2.5 years, and we really love it. My wife and our 3 kids, they all are in schools, they're all involved, and we love the community. And so we really want it to feel like home. It really becomes a home away from home. And one of the things about that makes it home too is you'll be able to walk into a great church body. And I say that not only for us, but there are other Nazarene churches and other churches in the area that are fantastic. But one of the things that we've been impressed and that I moved to Bakersfield for was to take a job here at Olive Knolls via Kent Peterson. And so it's a fantastic place. Compassionate Ministries is very, very huge. We do a Love for Thanksgiving. We're actually partner with churches all over the valley, and we feed people on Thanksgiving morning where we took care of all the stuffing. Somebody else did turkeys, and somebody else did potatoes and this, and we all got together and we went out and we served the community. It was great. We also have right where our church is located, just across the freeway, the income level, everything just drops off the chart, and there's tons of poverty and drugs and issues, and they're our neighbors. So we go in and we feed them and love them, and we actually have church services in there, and we do lots of great projects that are in there as well. This serving mindset, this compassionate mindset that our church has, it really is, it goes from the top all the way down to the bottom. Our children serve, our students serve. The youth pastor is just amazing, just smart, handsome, just great guy, humble.
Very humble.
Very humble.
Yeah.
That's me, by the way. Anyways, no, but we've taken trips everywhere from, we've done San Francisco inner city, we've done Seattle last year, and we're getting ready to go to Rio de Janeiro this year for mission trips. And so they're constantly actively involved in serving in their community, but also abroad as well. And one of the things that's always struck me is that just really authentic, real people, okay? Not a whole lot of pretense, not a lot of stuff, just real people who love Jesus and are trying to live that out on a day-to-day basis. And family is a huge focus. Our brand new pastor, Pastor Darren Reed, his dad actually was here, and he actually pastored a church not too far from here. I went to college with the guy, but one of the great things is just family has always been a focus, from our children's ministries to our, even again, serving. Here they are. They're not just playing with Legos. They're putting together packages of Legos to take to kids so that they can give those away. So
Purse.
not only is that family, but the great thing is, like, I've got people on my youth staff and people like that we just become family to one another. Whether you're related to somebody or not, it doesn't matter. You have a home, a place to be on Sunday afternoon, a place to be during the week, and it is really truly a family situation. So you guys are kind of early on in the process, correct? Is that right? Okay.
Well, some of us are.
You're graduated.
Yeah.
You are early in the process. You're ready to go. Really, if you're in this trip is really to kind of help us give you an idea of some of the options that are out there, because we know that as you're looking at this, you're really trying to consider, okay, what does God want for me? What's next? It's not just I need a job, I want to teach. It's God, where do you want me to be? What do you want me to do? And you guys are some of the greatest ministers that our world has by impacting the lives of our kids. I come from a line of teachers in my family, as well as I married one, and the things that you guys, the ministry that you have on a day-to-day basis changes everything. And we know that. So we want to let you know that there's a great opportunity that's available in California, and if you would love to take advantage of it, we'd love to help you make that happen, or at least to come check it out. So all you have to do is be able to set up an introductory meeting. We just love to meet you, get to know who you are, and we
So if you
can
wanna go out to
do
dinner,
that briefly.
If you want to go to dinner, we can go to dinner.
We're taking some people out to dinner tonight. If anybody wants to come, everybody's invited. And then pretty much at that point, if you feel like, yeah, this is something we want to do, then all it is you set up a time. We know that there's some that are interested in coming out during spring break. And so they're going to come out, and during your spring break here is not their spring break there. So you'll get a chance to do that. We can even set up interviews for you at that point. We know that some that have come in that they interviewed and they had a job offer before they left. So a lot of fun, good stuff. If you're interested in this and for some reason we go away and you're like, oh wait, what was that? Here's our number, okay? This is the number of Pastor Theron right here. You can just give him a call, shoot him a text, or you can send him an email here at his Olive Knolls address. And we would love, like I said, to explore the possibilities of what it would like for you to be in California. Do you guys have any questions? Cool. All right.
What time are y'all going to dinner?
Probably about, we're gonna go get some shoes, so probably about 6,
If anybody's interested in going to dinner, I'll have you out here by
6:30, whatever you need.
6:30, whatever's easy for y'all. So
Okay. Yeah.
if you decide that you are, you wanna shoot him a text or whatever, get that number.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot you an email just so you have my.
Perfect.
Excellent. Well, thanks for letting us come and
Mhm.
interrupt your day, and congratulations. It's good to
Thank
meet
you
you.
It's nice to meet you
Yeah.
too.
Tell me your name.
Haley.
Just thinking
Haley.
about mine.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Haley.
meet you.
Daughter, she's in Korea right now
Thank
teaching
you.
English. And, she wants to be she's gonna alternative certify as an elementary art teacher. This is what she wants to do, so. But I just texted her, and said, are you interested in Bakersfield? She said, no, I wanna be in Oklahoma City with you guys, been away long enough. Yeah, okay, just checking.
Well, you know, if it works to communicate, we've helped a lot of kids at different times that'll call and say, hey, listen, I've just been thinking about that, and I won't forget
Okay.
it, so.
I'll keep it in mind. Thank you,
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Nice to meet you
Nice
guys.
to meet
Yeah,
you.
see later. Okay.
Okay, so, here's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you guys, an opportunity to continue working on your About Me, because I'm guessing that we may need a little more time before you present that in class, but we're gonna keep on going with Scratch. So we have, thanks guys,
Thank
so
you.
we have a question on the board.
Closes.
Sure, that'd be great, thank you. So how can we make a series of things happen with a sequence of clicks? So, let me pull up Victoria's project here and let's talk about it for just a second. And I wanna hear what you guys have to say.
I like your little.
No, it seriously does. It does. I like your name at the top. Okay, so you might have to refresh, cause I kind of made it less confusing.
Well, I've changed some things, which if I change things, it doesn't change for you.
Okay.
So, it's kinda hard to see, especially since everybody wants to sit on the back row.
Well, we normally have people in the front row.
Yeah, whatever. And for some reason, this is not zooming for me. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit.
This is a real cheesy, but.
There we go. Okay, so Victoria has her About Me, and so if we start at the beginning, because you can see here when the green flag is clicked, if you click right here, that happens.
Yeah, and then go through.
Hello, I'm Victoria. It does all these things. If you haven't noticed, when something is running, there's a little yellow outline around that part of the code. So see the yellow outline there? If you haven't figured that out yet. Click on me to find out more. So we have this next script that says when this sprite is clicked. Switch the backdrop to chalkboard. So if I click over here, nothing happens, but as soon as I click on her, then I have this. Now what she wants to do is she wants us to be able to click on her sprite every time. Just do the same thing over and over for this to happen in sequence. So we're gonna use these when this sprite is clicked, but if I do this and I click on that sprite, then
All at the same time.
all of those things happen at the same time. See, notice that these are also running and this is running. So, this is not gonna work. So, what possibility do we have? What things do we have at our disposal? What sensing things, I'll give you a hint, that's where we need to go, is sensing. We need to find out if we need to have some sort of sensing, like, is this happening? If this is happening, then we go on and do this. If this
Well,
is
isn't
not
that out of
happening.
A control, there's an if then possibility.
Okay, so, if something, then do this thing.
And you can put in a sensing thing inside of there.
Right, so we could take this if, and then we could just grab, let's say this right here, and we put it into
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
But we're gonna be touching it with the mouse pointer, so that's not gonna work. We could touch the edge. Are we touching the apple? So
Sprite one.
the difference here, the one thing that we wanna be careful about is this is a loop. So we don't necessarily want a loop, so do we have a control over here that's not a loop that we could use to accomplish this?
The wait until.
Okay, wait until, I like that one better. So I'm gonna drag this back over here. And I'm gonna say wait until. So I'm gonna put this at the top right here, wait until what? What sensing things do I have at my disposal here? So I'm gonna go back to this is the condition that we're gonna be in. What can we sense?
Can you only use the sensing one?
If we're gonna use the wait until,
Okay.
we have to wait until we're sensing something.
Wait until it gets to a certain background, right?
Well, that's what I was thinking, but is there a way to say the background? Like, I was thinking it could switch backgrounds before, like
Okay,
it could go to the whatever beach or whatever it is,
okay,
and then when it switched to beach, it would start, but. Yeah,
how about that second one right
Bench.
there? What's the second sensing one that you see?
touch and color.
Okay, so in the very first one, are there different colors than there are in the second one?
Yes,
What are the colors that are different here
Black.
versus here?
black.
Okay, so we could say if wait until, so this would not happen if we're not touching, what color did you say?
Black.
How do I change that color? Anybody know?
You click on it and then you click on the color you want it to be.
Yeah, so you just click on this color and notice that my cursor has turned to a little finger, and I just click on the color so I could choose any color that she's touching that's different than my other color. So I'm gonna choose this black color. So is it touching the color? Wait until it's touching the color. Now, if I do this, and I come back to the beginning, here's the very beginning, and then I click on her and this happens,
Oh.
except that did happen. So, it looks like we need a wait until it's touching a color up here. Because I only want it to do this one, so I need that wait until touching color up here as well. So control, I'm gonna get a wait until. And let's look at the very first background. And what color is she touching that's different than the second one?
That green.
Okay, so let me get the sensing, and we'll pull this color in, and I click on this, this green right here,
Yeah.
okay? So now, again, we'll do this, then I click on her. Oh, as soon as it touches the black.
Yeah, so as soon as it touches it, it switches and it doesn't get to say.
Mhm,
Would
mhm.
would like hiding it work? Like hiding it at a certain background? You know, like you can make sprites pop up
Yeah.
in the background,
Mhm.
but I don't know how that would. That's the only other thing I can think of.
Okay, so, can we duplicate this?
We can just have different accounts that are remixing, probably.
No, I mean duplicate Abby.
Oh,
Can I
yeah,
duplicate the sprite?
yeah. You like two finger click her, I think, and there's a duplicate thing.
Well, that's what I thought, but it's not working for me. Can drag in player, show, direction, that's not working for me. Well, don't give up yet. Okay, so, let me pull this off of here. Let's think about this, y'all help me out, what are we doing wrong here? So if we do this, she's touching this color, we switch the backdrop to chalkboard and that happens.
soon as it touches the black, it changes.
Mm-hmm. So there's gotta be another condition over here on the second one. Does that at least give you a direction to go, Victoria, to work on that?
Yeah.
Maybe? I'd say keep trying on that. I'm not just gonna leave you hanging, but I don't wanna suspend just an
Yeah.
inordinate amount of time
Right.
on just that one. But sensing things is good. Changing a costume,
Yeah. I've done that.
we may have to Google this one. I don't know. But I like the idea of like
Clicking through it.
clicking through, yes. Wait until, so there needs to be something, here's the thing. Here's how I would perceive it. Right here at the end, there needs to be something that happens. And
You can make it hide after that.
you could make what hide? The sprite?
Like, the whole, like, the first section, like, after it does all that, then hide, like, wait 5 seconds and then hide.
Hide the background or the sprite?
No, the talking part,
She means like the whole chunk.
like that whole
Oh,
chunk.
this right
Like,
here?
after it does that, wait X amount of seconds and then hide it, and then it won't come back until you press the start button again.
Oh, I see, gotcha. Okay, so that's a
don't know.
possibility, I don't know either. I haven't done this exact one, so I don't know, and I even told you that I would do an about me, and I haven't done it yet. So I'm really slacking. I'm not having good luck keeping up with my obligations right now, so. Okay. So what I want us to do is, I want us to, kinda talk through some of the things on, I want us to talk through some of the things on here because I understand that I may have kicked you into the deep end of the pool with no life preserver at all. I recognize that. Does anybody have an about me that they wanna show now that we've just shown Victoria's? Let me see if anybody turned one in.
That's what I was.
We
like,
couldn't
how
find
do
a
we turn them
Dropbox.
in?
Say that again.
There wasn't like a Dropbox.
There's not a Dropbox?
I couldn't find it.
Okay,
I
that's
could
my
be
bad.
wrong, but
Well, then you're good. If there's not a Dropbox, I'm not gonna look and see if there's a Dropbox, so, never mind. I'll make a Dropbox. So, I've got to make myself some reminders here. So y'all bear with me for just a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Anybody going to Bakersfield to teach? Feeling strongly about that?
Thought about it for a second.
And then you were like,
It would just be down the road. It wouldn't be like immediately.
Gotcha.
If that ever did happen, but I don't.
gotcha, makes sense. Make a Dropbox for about me. Make a Dropbox for all creative computing projects. Okay, the only way that I'm gonna be able to do this is if I make these things whenever I think about it. Okay, so there's not a Dropbox, so we won't look there. So, let's look at Scratch here for just a second. And actually, let's just start something brand new. We'll just start literally from scratch. Hey, that's a joke. New sprite. I don't see anything here that I like. I hate all of those.
they're really weird.
So,
They are.
I want to upload one. Let's do this. So I'm gonna take a picture of myself.
Yes, I want to know how to do this.
How to do this, okay?
I
well,
mean, I haven't tried.
follow
but
along.
I
Let's
haven't-
do this.
Okay, I haven't tried, but I did think, I really thought about like, instead of using Abby,
Uh-huh,
like actually having my legit cell phone.
okay.
But
So,
that'll take a
let's
long
do
time.
this. Let's go and I'll get, image capture. No camera or scanner devices, blah, 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 that's not gonna work. Which one do I want here? Photo booth, there we go.
Oh, I have another small question.
Okay, I have
Do you
another
have
small
to
one. too.
hide the cat every time?
No, you can delete it.
Yeah, you can. do
Okay.
that. Okay, so I'm gonna use this white background because it's gonna be so much better and you'll see why in just a minute, okay?
Smile. I'm very excited to see this in action. You making costumes?
Yep. So now I have an open mouth costume and I have a regular costume. So now I'm just gonna drag these over to my desktop. You can do, like, you can take a picture on your phone and email it to yourself. If you have it on your computer, you can get it into Scratch, okay? So now I'm gonna go back over here to Scratch and I'm gonna click on the upload and I'm gonna go to my desktop and I have this picture and this picture. And I'm gonna hit open and it's uploading my images. And so the nice thing is I have sprite editors. So I have this one and I have, oops. Why is it not letting me delete these? Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's upload. Let's try that again. Desktop, photo, open. And then I've got this. This is, let's go ahead and get a new costume is actually the better way to go about this.
Oh, and you just like cut it out?
Exactly. You can just go in and erase everything around it. Why is it giving me the same exact thing? There we go. Maybe? There we go, let's get rid of that. Okay, new costume. So costumes are really the better way to go rather than multiple sprites because you can switch from costume to costume. So I really need to move my picture around just a little bit, but you have a ton of image editing tools here that I'm not gonna spend a huge amount of time working with. Let's just do some real quick erasing here. So I can go around my head and notice that that's turning to a transparent background. And it's showing this other picture behind me here, which I don't love. But okay, that's because it's because I'm moved over there. There we go, let's do this. So, let me zoom out. Oh, convert to vector. So, Anyway, I've got a lot of options that I can play with here, and it's been a while since I've done this, so I apologize. But I can switch from costume to costume. And so I'm just gonna go over here, and I've got this sprite, I've got sprite 2. Ideally, I should not have moved my head or the computer. And I would have had a much better option here. Oh, I could take it right from the camera. Oh, heck yeah. I don't know why this is not letting me.
So when people have like make it to where the mouth moves, do they literally switch costumes like a million times?
Well, that's a good question. You can have it just repeat though. You can put it on a loop so it repeats, okay? So let me make a new sprite. New sprite, paint. Wow. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let me try this again. This is way better. Maybe. Where's my camera? It's not working. Okay, well, I'm not gonna spend time on that, but you can do that. Here's the other thing you can do. You can actually take this piece of my face, and this is what I've done in the past. I'm gonna get rid of this costume right here. Get rid of this costume. Okay, so you can actually cut this part of your face out and have it move up and down. You can just move that part. You basically save that as a new sprite, and you move that sprite up and down. That's another option to make yourself talk. Okay? So we have the option for that. And, oh, there we go. That's what I needed.
Would you just make it a floating head?
Perfect. Yeah, you could.
Okay.
And so your best bet for doing that is going to be to have a nice background behind you that none of this is working. There we
There you
go.
go. Okay, so don't move. Are you not supposed to move?
So now I can switch between this and I'm talking.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
It's a little out of focus, but you get the point.
Yeah.
So if I want this sprite to start talking, I take this sprite and have looks, and I have him say hello for 2 seconds, and I switch costume. I do next costume, but I don't want to do it immediately. How long do I want to wait? Because I really need to wait between each one. What are your thoughts on this? Anybody other than Victoria have a thought on this?
As my mouth is open.
Sorry, I was taking selfies to upload.
Say that again?
I was taking pictures so I can upload it.
No problem. I just want to know what y'all think. How long should I wait before I go to the next costume? Because I could just do,
When I've done the costumes, I've had to do them like less than a second in between to make it
Yeah.
actually like
yes.
To
like
make it
point
fluid.
3 is normally like that has been my go-to.
Yeah,
That's
because
really
otherwise it looks like that, right?
Yeah, and if like the normal is like wait 1 second and it's too long.
And that's super creepy.
It's very creepy.
So I'm gonna put this in, and I'm gonna put it at the end, and I can just type in there 0.3 seconds, right? That's probably a little
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah.
So let's go to 0.2. Now I'm talking a little faster. It would really be better if I had some intermediate thing in there, right?
Yeah.
And I could even duplicate, like if I have an intermediate one, and I duplicate that one, and so I go from the closed to the partially open to the fully open, back to the closed, and then start over, right? So probably 0.15, I talk about that fast. So that's one way to make yourself talk. Imagine your students watching something like this, not that you're going to just teach this way, but a 2-minute video of you doing this rather than you doing who knows what, right? I can't remember how to delete my sprites because I'm not getting an option click on this.
For control click.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a way to do that. Sound, you can also record your own sound. So play sound, you've got pops.
Or like you could singing, you could read a book or something, like if you were
Absolutely.
making
Yep, absolutely. And so you have, if you click on the sounds tab right here at the top, you can click on this. You can also play a song from your computer and record that. If you have a song file, you can upload it. So you have a ton of stuff that you can record. So like this. So I'll just click microphone.
Be
That's gonna be awful. And so I'll go back over here to my scripts and I'll play sound recording 1. And I'm just gonna say, so this is one of those options when I click the green flag, right? So I click the green flag. Where is it?
events.
Oh, thank you. When green flag is clicked. And I want to loop this forever. Events. That doesn't seem right. Okay, so that's working. Let me go back over here to the script.
Is it just the speaker?
That's definitely possible. Okay, we gotta stop that. And to delete stuff, you just drag it back over into the center column. Yeah, still not working. Okay, so it played. But you get the point. So those are a couple of little things that you can do. I would encourage you guys to work on those on your About Me. Let's just look real quick at these different tabs and things that you have up here, especially for the benefit of those folks who are not here. So assuming that you have something that's not a background, you just have a floating head. You can move things around, you can turn it, you can point it in a specific direction. Gliding is always good rather than going, gliding is more of a slow move. You have the looks. You can have it think, Now, because I have this whole thing, the think, would not come from my head necessarily.
From the top of the rectangle maybe?
Yeah, it's going to come from it comes from the corner of the picture. If you have all of this gone around there, if you erase it, that checkerboard background is transparent, so it should be coming from the part of you that's there. That is super annoying to watch.
You should make your head spin while doing that. That'd be really
Yeah, I'm gonna do, those are the kinds of things that draws attention for you, right? So this is super, like not high tech, not complicated is what I'm saying. I'm doing this with 2 pictures and a recording. That's it. That's all I've done so far. And I've got extra sprites on here that I don't need that I'll get rid of. Which, I believe if I click on this, I can do that. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So if I click on this, there we go. Okay, good. That's the one I wanted to keep. So the delete scissors are there at the top. We're going to go ahead and delete that cat too. And now we have our guy can start talking, switching back and forth. The other thing that you have at your disposal is you have a random, you can choose a random time, I'm pretty sure. Let's see which one of these. Look at the shape of things when you're looking for something to put in here.
Yeah, I didn't know, that was why I was so confused.
Yep.
Is I didn't see that, I didn't notice that some of them were rounded and some of them were hexagons.
There we go.
That
So
makes sense.
pick a random, some number from 0.1 to 0.35. That would actually make my talking look a whole lot better. So if I take this and drop that into there, yes. And I move this and I go 0.15 to 0.3.
Oh, it'll be random every
It'll be
time?
random.
Okay.
And so I could even go like 0.01. And it's gonna randomize and make your face, it's gonna look a little bit better when you talk,
Yeah.
right? So you've got tons of options that you can do there. It's just a matter of look at the shape of what you have and look at where you can put those things. This one's round, this one is hexagonal. So that would be something from the sensing. So these are hexagonal. So using those things for touching color. A little bit more advanced would be data. You can actually make a variable. You can create a variable, like if I wanted to make a variable and say color for this sprite only, then I can set a color to some random color or show the variable or whatever. So I have other things that I can do here that probably not thinking exactly what that might be to help you out right now, but you can kind of go from there. You can make other variables, you can make a list of things. Looks, we've got costumes, saying things, thinking things, costume numbers, backdrop names, changing the size of things. Backdrops are just like sprites where you can take a picture of you sitting in, I could take a picture of me sitting in my office and make me into a talking head rather than doing a video. Would I want to do that? Probably not. But there may be a time when I'd want to put myself using this editor and like cleaning yourself up and getting that transparent and putting yourself in a car, in an exotic location, standing in the Sistine Chapel. I mean, whatever, like there's not a limit to what you can do here. The pin. We're not going to talk about that one right now. Events, so you've got these other things. This one, when the backdrop switches, that might be something, changing the volume, broadcasting a message, or when a message is broadcast, that's another one. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything unless you have multiple things happening. let's see. Controls, these are very helpful. The main thing to notice on these is you can repeat something a certain number of times and then it stops. You can repeat forever. You can check and see if something's happening or there's some condition. You can check and see if something's happening, there's some condition, and if that's not happening, then do something else. So you've got a little bit of an option right there. You can wait until something happens, you can repeat until. So repeat until, if I have my head moving around and I touch the edge, then I start moving in a random direction until I touch the edge, and I'm just bouncing around the screen until I touch the edge, and then I'm literally bouncing around the screen. I still haven't figured out what to do as far as creating a clone of something, necessarily.
I figured something out that I got an idea from someone else. that
Okay.
So like, this is like for like the orange square purple circle thing.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I can just show you this. It
You
actually.
want to AirPlay up here? Why don't you just AirPlay?
Okay, sounds good.
Let me un-AirPlay. It's 130B.
Enter the airplane code.
It should come up.
So like, it does this. And
Okay.
if you look inside, I just kept cloning it.
Got it. So it's cloning it, it's only staying there for a certain amount of time? Yeah,
Yeah.
delete this clone. Got
And
it.
then it deletes it. And I just did it for the square and for the circle.
Yep.
And put them on top of each other.
There you go. That's a nice screensaver.
Thank you.
I mean, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 14 lines of code to make a random screensaver that you could, that in theory, you could have, if that clone touches the edge, to bounce, right?
Yeah, I can have.
So you've got other things that you could do with this, but that's a good start. Those are the kinds of things that lead you to thinking about other things. Good. So we do have options for clones. Operators, you're going to run into some things with operators as you go through this. So here's what I'm going to do for next week. Rather than creating this workbook right now, I'm just going to give you the opportunity to share what you've worked on for that particular thing and just put a link on the course. Okay, so whatever you're working on this week, let me get to Moodle.
So are we still following it or making
Yep.
whatever?
No, still following.
Okay.
Still following.
But instead of answering all the questions,
Yeah, I mean, you can choose to answer those questions if you'd like, but you have a copy of the workbook
yeah. Just
that
follow
you
what it does
you
and-
can't edit. It tells you exactly what to do, but I do want to point a couple of things out in that. Let me AirPlay here. Man, this weather's making me freaking hurt really bad. Come on. Oh, I turned this off, didn't I? Dummy. Major tech upgrade coming by spring break, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know it was that soon.
I didn't either.
The podium, smart.
The podiums shipped from Israel, they're already here, strangely enough.
I'm upset we're not. We can't be in that room for math and the elementary classrooms.
I know. Really not having good luck with technology tonight. Show me the full screen. Okay, it's not gonna show me the full screen, I don't care. Characters, conversations, scenes. I won't do anything for debug, but creature construction, I don't know that I'll do anything for pass it on. So I'll create a place for you to put those, to share what you've done, okay? I know that this generally has you start out with something, and that's great. However, statistically, for all of you to end up with the exact identical thing that everyone else did is highly, highly improbable. So if I see 4 of the identical things, then we're gonna talk. So in the creative computing workbook, I want to point out, I don't know why this thing is doing this. It's really annoying though, bad, annoying. Still not gonna work for me, I don't care. The main thing that I want you to notice is that in your workbook, it helps you by giving you, let me keep going down here to where we should be. This is gonna be Unit 3, you're gonna do most of Unit 3 for this one. There we go, stories. Choose from the library. What library are we talking about? The Sprite library, sorry. Be sure that those are links. Everything in here that shows that it's a link, it's actually a link. So if you're feeling stuck, look for something in the workbook that is a resource for you, okay? Be sure that you do that. How are you on CS First?
I joined the club in